Hey there, so just a quick update. Here's what's been going on for the past week or so. Still working hard. Obviously the weather is getting a little bit colder here. We've just had some snow here in Toronto. It's been a really depressing week reading the news. As a Brit at heart, going back a couple of years ago was very, very difficult for me as I suddenly noticed that a lot of the idols and the people that I grew up with on TV all turned out to be like, monsters in one fashion or another. I thought that that was a purely unique problem to people that were famous in the 60s, 70s and 80s in the UK. And now, I mean, looking at the entertainment news here in North America, it's as depressing here now as what it was back then. It turns out that so many people that you look up to in the public eye, they're all the same. You have to question, how did this go on for so long, and why was nobody saying anything about it publicly? Whilst we're, highly running the risk that there might be one or two gold diggers who are going to make false accusations, the chances are right now that nearly everybody that's banding together saying, well, this person did it, or if you get 5 or 6 people saying this person did something and there's 10 people saying this person did something, then it needs to be looked at, it needs to be investigated thoroughly, and I think that it's high time that that happened. And whilst that's distressing for the women that were involved, it's also one of those things that makes you stand back and question, who are your role models? Now, I've always been a big one to think that actors especially are given sometimes too much of a high pedestal. People shouldn't be idolizing these people as much as they do. They don't require the adulation and worship that they seem to get. And unfortunately, I think a lot of that stems from within the Hollywood industry itself. For instance, the Oscars is nothing more than people in the industry patting each other on the back. It's not like I vote for this. It's not like the average man on the street votes for this. It's not a worldwide thing. Pretty much it's everybody within inside the TMZ voting for themselves. So you have to take everything where it comes to fame with a grain of salt. But having said that, if you're famous, you need to conduct even if you're not famous, as a human being, you need to check yourself. You need to make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to cause other people undue distress. Everybody needs respect, and what it looks like has happened here is there are a certain minority, minority, now it's starting to look like a much more of a majority, but these people, they didn't do that. Ultimately now it's all coming out. Whilst I'm sad that it happened, I'm glad that it's coming out now. It shouldn't be kept a secret any longer. On top of that, I'm starting to look at some more technology ideas. There's been a few things that have been rolling around in the back of my head that I've had a couple of false starts on in the past, and I'm wondering whether or not I should resurrect some of these past projects. So I'm definitely looking at that. I'm not going to say too much more right now until I've spent a little bit more time looking into these things. And that's where I'm at right now. It's been a fairly slow week, not too much going on. I've spent most of my time just either working or being a father. So there's not been too much time for me to do other fun stuff. You may have noticed over the last week that all of my videos all had the same background, the same look, everything was pretty much the same in each, and that was because they were recorded in a batch. And the same's going to happen for this week, or at least for the first half of this week, where I've recorded several videos, but they're all back to back, and one of them's on a dining room table, so that one's a slightly different one, but the rest of them, I'm going to try and batch them up, maybe do them in 2 runs this week, just to try and sort of make sure that I'm not always trying to play catch up. One of the difficult things with doing the YouTube channel is that if you're going to put out something Monday to Friday every day, then you need to have content every day. And sometimes you're going to have 1 or 2 days where things go wrong and you don't have the time to do it. And when things go wrong and you don't have the time to do it, and that's then going to have a knock-on effect to you guys. And I don't want to let you down. There's a little bit of pressure now. It's funny how this thing started off as a bit of a fun thing to do, and now it's starting to turn into there's a machine that's moving things, there are deadlines, there are commitments, and so ultimately I want this channel to grow, and for it to grow I have to be committed to keep doing this. Everybody says it's part of the grind, you have to keep pushing out content. So that's where I'm going to leave it right now. If you do like these updates, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe, and speak to you soon. Thanks, bye.